to the
Catacomb
podcast.
created by a madman's distorted desires.
What do you think will be the next obstacle the Earth people will put in our way? The saucers are up there, and the cemetery's out there.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Catacomb Cult Podcast. I am your host, Javin Romero, your intrepid host. And I'm so glad to be back for another installment of this series. And yeah, I got a lot of feedback on the last episode saying I was a lot happier and more joyful and inspired. They could tell I was happy. I got three different people told me that. So I'm going to try and keep up that energy. You know what I mean? But I will still have my haterish ways at the end, probably. I'm gonna have a little segment at the end, a little rant corner, and I'll give a warning. So if you're not into the negativity, the haterism, you could just skip it. But I'll give a warning. But yeah, for now I'm gonna keep it positive, keep it upbeat. We might get into some dark subjects. I'm not saying that, but I'm gonna keep it upbeat for the most part. Not so Larry David-esque. You know what I mean? But yeah, I had a crazy week. This is kind of negative already off the bat. But I did have a crazy work week. I worked 17 hours one day. I burst a blood vessel in my eye. I don't know if it was related, but after that, staring at my computer screen for 17 hours, I woke up with a fucking red eye and it hurt like hell. And gave me a headache and all that. So I don't know if it's related, but that did happen. And it was brutal. But a lot of cool shit also did happen. A few of the music videos I've been editing for the past few months got released. The Third World music video called 6th Street got released. And that was, if you don't know, Third World's a rap group with my homies 1,000 Words, Chapter 3, and Dr. Chronicle. It's featuring Amelia Cisco. It's a dope song, crazy dope song. But yeah, it's a cool video. Go check it out. I shot a little bit of it, but I edited it. It was a beast to edit. I did a lot of that edit in the desert. I've talked about that before, but I did a lot of the main base of that video was in the desert where I edited it, and it was hot, and it was fun. I'm longing for those days because I'm still not really into Venice, but I have to make do because I have to be here for a year. My lease is a year, and they were trying to charge me $8,400 to leave, and I was just saying, well, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy. But yeah, so I'm gonna stick it out here, and I'm gonna make the best of it though. I'm gonna find some fishing spots, even though the beaches are crazy. It'll be good though, and I'm still inspired. I still got a fire lit under my ass, and on that note, I'm gonna shoot a short film this year. Not this year, meaning I have till the end of 2023. I mean, starting from now, within the year. You know what I mean? And I was going to do it on this one script. I wrote this short film script, probably be 10, 12 minutes. I wrote that 4 years ago, but I got this crazy idea. I can't really talk about it, or I don't really want to let the cat out of the bag at least. I mean, I could talk about it. I'm not part of Warner Brothers or some shit, but I got this crazy idea, so I started writing an outline. I'm not done with the outline yet, but yeah, it's going to be dope. It's a cooler idea, and I think budget-wise, it will fit well. It would be a minimal crew. I want to do this on a very micro budget to no budget. You know what I mean? I'll get people gas money and food and stuff, but it's going to be a labor of love. You know what I mean? And I think it'll be dope. I want to showcase. I met this dude that does some insane VFX, so I might want to tap him and use the budget for that kind of thing to make the film ill. You know what I mean? And then I want to send it to film festivals and stuff. I'm excited about that. The writing process is crazy though, man. It's really I heard this quote one time, and I think it was from Taika Waititi. I can never say that guy's name. Taika Waititi, the guy who did that funny Thor movie, the best Thor movie, and What We Do in the Shadows, and he's Jojo Rabbit. He's dope as fuck. He's from New Zealand, I think. And but anyway, he was like, yeah, writing sometimes just consists of staring at your computer for 8 hours and then you shut your computer with the blank screen, like you didn't even write a word. Cause it's agonizing sometimes, but it's fun, man. I like it. I like trying to break stories. I really wish I had a writing partner. You know what I mean? I don't know anybody who writes though. My one homie, Roberto, he's a writer, but he moved to DC. I mean, I guess we could do some. I might tap him actually. We could do some like Zoom sessions. But yeah, like I feel like a writing partner to like bounce ideas off of would be dope. But I don't really know anybody who writes. But maybe I should join a writers club. That would be cool. But yeah, so I'm real excited about that. I'm getting real pumped. I'm like trying to like work out all the logistics too. Like how would I shoot this? Because I want to keep it simple, but I want it to be dope at the same time, you know? I can't go crazy. So I want to keep it like 1 or 2 actors, real simple story. There's this guy, I forget his name too. He goes by Pony Smasher on YouTube. He's the one who directed a short film called Lights Out, and it was just a short film that went like viral 10 years ago, and then they tapped him to make a full version of that Lights Out. It was a little horror movie, like when you shut off the lights, there's a demon behind you and shit. And it was a good movie. Jesus Christ, why I'm forgetting his name. Let me look it up. Yeah, okay, this is it. His name's David S. Sandberg. He directed, and I think he directed that Shazam movie and like Annabelle and stuff like that. Like he's like a full-time director now, a full-on Hollywood director now. And it all started from his short film. So it's pretty inspiring, you know what I mean? He's from like Sweden and shit. Yeah, he directs huge movies, but he still makes time to direct these little ones with his wife, and the wife is the only actor. And they're interesting little shorter horts, you know what I mean? Shorter horts. Is that what I just said? Horror shorts. Little dyslexia kicking in. But yeah, so he's very inspiring. I'm all pumped about this, by the way. And I got some people in mind. I got the actress in mind. I already hit her up. She's down. And the dude, I think I got in mind. I haven't hit him up yet, but he's a good actor too. I've worked with him before on other little things. But yeah, this is exciting, you know? I don't know the name of it yet. I got a stupid name that I don't even want to share. This is the working title. But the outline's almost done, and then I'm going to write the script and send it out to a couple people that I like trust, not to make fun of me and just laugh me out of the room. You know what I mean? Have them read it, see if it makes sense, you know, all that jazz. But anyway, yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I hope your life is going well as well. I'm feeling good, though. I am feeling good because I finished that hell work week, and I'm going to go fishing tomorrow. Finally going to go fishing. It's been a long time. Oh, yeah, before I get into topics, I did want to say I am editing the new vlog with van life. I already got a little bit done. It's a beast of a fucking project though, because I have so much footage. I recorded everything. So I'm gonna try and do it in sections where it's like I don't want to give any spoilers away or whatever. It's just a beast of a project, and I have to go through so much footage and try to make it cool and entertaining. You know what I mean? I didn't really get to do my cinematic shit though, but it was cool, man. I should have flew the drone more. I will say that. Because those drone shots out in the desert where you see the dolphin just fucking chilling amongst the rocks and Joshua trees and deserts and rivers and mountains, you know, the drone looks dope in that. And I should have did more of that. My drone's like one of the first editions. It's a DJI Spark. Prosumer drones were all over the place. But like for customer, what do they call that? I forget what they call that, but like for regular hobbyists, drones were like brand new. In the video, it only shoots 1080, but it looks great. It still looks great, but the battery is trash. You can only fly for 12 minutes at a time. I have 3 batteries, but you got to bring it back, change it, boom, you know what I mean? So I do got to, and then it takes a while to recharge them. But I should have did more. I'm just making excuses. I should have did more. But anyway, all right, let's get into topics. But the van life vlog is on the way. Don't sleep on it. This seems more like for the hater corner, so I'll probably just leave this for now. This is a quote. This is a quote from Ricky Gervais. Being offended is like jumping in front of a bullet and saying, "Why are you shooting at me?" Just a little food for thought, but these are all very like haterish gripes. Maybe I won't be able to do a positive podcast. How long have we been going? 10 minutes? I'm already out of positivity. Because yeah, the next little note I wrote was Sam Harris. I don't know if you know Sam Harris. I don't really know what he is. I think he's a psychologist and like an intellectual all around, maybe a philosopher or something. But he was saying like the 4-year election cycle is impossible to have a 40-year plan, meaning we keep, having an election cycle every 4 years and kicking out politicians. And he said he makes this argument for like almost dictatorship. I don't know. It just made me trip out. Yeah, a lot of these are like like just shit I want to talk shit about. So I'll save them to the end. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm out of positivity already. I've been watching like a lot of cinematography videos on YouTube just because that's like, first and foremost, I'm a computer nerd. Like people think I'm like a great photographer and shit. I'm not tooting my own horn right there. Like people have hit me up like, you're such a good photographer. And I appreciate that. Thank you. But I'm not really. I'm like a computer nerd. I don't really have the eye. I wish I had the eye, man. And I'm trying to work on that, you know what I mean? I'm talking shooting videos and stuff. Like sometimes I get a good shot and I'm like, oh shit, that was dope. Like, why did it's almost like accidental when I do it, you know what I mean? But like when it comes to just like, I'm always like rushing and trying to like make sure we get the shot. I think I talked about this last episode. I need to slow down and just like craft it. You know what I mean? Roger Deakins style, just craft this storytelling milieu. No, that's not the right word. Milieu. But yeah, like, so I need to do that. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on like cinematography, and man, I really don't like the trend. This is we're off positivity, I guess. I really don't like the trend of everything getting shot vertical just to fucking suit the phone. This is a fad. I mean, maybe it's not. I mean, it seems like phones will be around forever. A lot of you probably are watching this on the phone too, which is cool. I mean, I'm not hating on that, but I don't like the trend. Like, imagine me just filming this vertically so it fits your phone perfectly vertically. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. I like the wide shots. I like watching shit on my computer so I can watch it on my TV, watch it, whatever. Just turn the phone sideways or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't like this fucking trend. And I call it a trend because who knows? Smartphones have only been around for like 12 years, like legit 12 years. And yeah, like who knows what's going to happen next? So you're going to like bust your, like I've seen short films being made vertically. It's like, that's lame, man. Who knows what's going to be all this hard work you put into something? Like, who knows what the format will be 20 years from now? You want that just to be like, I guess you could say it's like VHS, the old 4x3, but I don't know. I don't like it. And it cuts off a lot of shit. I gotta make promos like that for my job. That's like what I do, where I have to make the 9x16 and not the 16. This is 16x9. 9x16 is vertical. And I got to do that that's what I do for my job. And you cut off so much stuff, you know what I mean? Like so much stuff. It's not how the filmmaker intended it. Unless you intended it to do that, which I don't like though. It's like just feeding into this phone zombie culture, you know what I mean? And you know how I feel about that. I don't know why I brought that up, but I feel like shooting vertical is lame, man. We got to keep it old school, keep it widescreen. I mean, shit. That new Oppenheimer movie was shot on 70 millimeter. That's crazy. And I feel like it's just this drone culture this like walking drone phone culture is permeating everything. And I know I'm not saying anything new, but it's crazy because there was just the UFO hearing and I watched every minute of it. And it's really funny how you can take such an exciting topic like visitors from another galaxy, dimension, star system, whatever, wherever they came from, if they came from, or if they even came at all. But it's a real uncanny ability and talent that Congress has to take that fucking rich, fascinating topic like UFOs and make it boring. Like they made it boring as fuck. I will say that. But I watched every minute of it. I was like cleaning my house, listening, watching that shit. And yeah, and then the next day it was just mad memes. The memes just were, I was inundated with memes. And I don't know, that really bugged me, like big time. Like, can't you like take, like people don't take a second. If this came out in the 90s, if Congress did this hearing in the 90s, people would have went ape shit. People would have lost their fucking minds. You know what I mean? Nobody gives a fuck anymore. And I think that's just the attitude of this whole culture. Nobody gives a shit about anything anymore. And sure, you can joke, I don't care, you know, but it did like, and make your stupid memes. I don't give a fuck. But it did like, man, fuck it. I need to get back out in the van. That was like my first thought. Like, nobody even gives a fuck. First of all, the memes were like, the government announces aliens are real. That nobody must have watched it then, because that's not what happened. A government agent, David Grush, I think his name's David, but David Grush, somebody Graves, and David Fravor. Fravor was the guy who was in San Diego and saw that Tic Tac UFO. That was crazy. That's a crazy story. Look it up if you don't know. But yeah, this Grush guy says he worked in high intelligent agencies, some like nameless ones that you don't even know about. And he said they got craft. And he kept harping on saying like non-human biologics, which I don't know what that means. It could be all a psyop. Who knows? It could be all the fucking government. Because, you know, I don't trust the government. They only tell you shit that they want to tell you, you know? They would have smoked this guy Grush if they didn't want him to say this. So either they're preparing us, trying to ease us into the idea, which I think is America wouldn't give a fuck, because the world wouldn't even give a fuck. They have this meeting and nobody cares. Nobody is even talking about like, what the hell, this might be real? Like there might be craft in the government. I mean, obviously you can say like, of course, conspiracy theorists would be like, of course, don't you know Roswell, all this shit. Yeah. But nobody really definitely knows, except for if it is real, the people that do have those craft. But like when I'm speculating with my homies, I don't know. You know what I mean? People argue with you like they do know. Yeah, of course they do. Like they believe it so much, but they don't actually know. But I'm just saying, this is like, feels like it might be a turning point to more information. And if it does happen to be like, if what this guy testified under oath is true, it's like completely fucking game changing, man. And people don't seem to grasp that idea. Like, yo, first of all, the nearest star to us, the nearest star is Proxima Centauri, and it's 3.5 light years away. 3.5 light years away. Einstein said we can't travel faster than the speed of light. We can't. We can get close, but we can't. Like something happens, photons are different than particles or something. I don't know the science, but we can't go past that threshold of the speed of light. But if you did travel at the speed of light, to get to the closest star would take you 3.5 years. It's traveling constantly at the speed of light. Now, if you got like half of this, if you traveled half of the speed of light, it would take you 7 years. You know what I mean? And a quarter, you know, do the math. But Yeah, so like nobody's even talking about like if these people or if these aliens are from another civilization, from another star system in our galaxy or another galaxy, maybe dimension, who knows? Nobody really understands like, or nobody's talking about like how that would be fucking monumental. I just want to know like there is rules around these laws of physics. Or maybe they're traveling fucking thousands of years and they're just like on an armada in fucking cryogenically sleeping and they left their planet thousands of years ago and it took them 1,000 years to get here. Who knows? But I want to know like the logistics, man. I want to know it. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's just jokes and memes. I saw one meme that was like, I got a lot of response. I reposted it on my Instagram. And a lot of people are hitting me up like with the clap emoji because I talk shit. Of course, I'm the shit talker. But yeah, it was some girl like, are these aliens gonna drop my student debt? Are these aliens gonna stop inflation? Are these aliens? It's like, yeah, of course, those are problems and they're immediate problems that are affecting everybody. I'm not like downgrading those, but it's like, fucking use your goddamn pea brain and fucking think about the implications of what it would mean if aliens were visiting Earth. I'm not even 100% certain aliens have visited Earth. You know what I mean? Like, I watch a lot of science documentaries and shit, and it seems like a crazy, impossible task. But, you know, they might have figured out how to work around these laws of physics, Einstein-Rosen bridges and wormholes and shit like that. I don't know, but I want to know. But like, it's like, please, like, are you just so obsessed with stirring the pot on social medias? It's all social justice warrior shit. Stirring the pot on social media to just like cause reaction like, fuck yeah, sing it, sister. Aliens aren't going to do shit to help me. It's like, that's not the point, you fucking selfish bastard. All right. I got mad. I got mad. All right, back to positivity. But anyway, I hope this was like, I hope the hearing was the first of many like disclosure acts. You know what I mean? Because I'm a believer. I want to believe. It's like that X-Files poster he had. I want to believe. Or was it I believe? But I want to believe. And I just don't know. I've never seen anything. I just don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm all in it, man. I love that shit. But I'm not just gonna believe some conspiracy that's unfounded. I mean, it's interesting to watch. I'll hear it out, but I'm not just gonna like throw my whole shit into that bag. I guess it's like my sister said something pretty smart to me the other day when I was saying like this shit is like bugging me because like it really did bug me, and like people's reaction, it really did like, hey, what the fuck? People are I was like, am I just like not a part of society anymore? Am I just like so far out? I'm not even that far out. I like regular shit, but like, does this type of thought? I guess my type of thoughts just don't enter people's brains. I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to say I'm like some unique fucking weirdo, but I really think about this shit a lot. Like the galaxies and the distance between them. And there's something going on a planet in another star system right now. I'm not talking even life. There's just like an ocean being churning right now or a tornado or a fucking lightning storm on a planet 1,000,000 light years away from me right now. You know what I mean? And I just trip on that shit. I just trip on that kind of stuff. And I guess people don't really give a shit, which is, I guess, their prerogative. But my sister said, like, people are all jokes about it because they don't like to think of their life not having meaning. You know what I mean? Like, the insignificantness of life scares people, and maybe that's why they react to it. And maybe I'm just yelling at their trauma. But it's like, fuck that. Buck up, bitch, and fucking get on board. And like, let's press these motherfuckers if there is government agencies covering this shit, man, that's so fucked up if there is. If there really is government agencies covering up all this It's so messed up. So messed up to humanity to hide that. Because that could spark the brain, just knowing that there can be a craft that can travel interstellarly, meaning between stars, just knowing that there's a craft that made it here from another civilization could spark a whole new way of thinking in young scientists, young kids, young, whatever. It could better our life exponentially. And that is motherfucking messed up if the government is doing that. And fuck them. So we need to hold their feet to the fire and get this shit disclosed. And if it's all fake, like, we need to know that too, But anyway, all right, let's get to something a little funny. We can't talk about Lori Vallow. That's not funny. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at what Lori Vallow did. I don't even really know the whole story fully on that, but I know she, well, let's listen to it. If you don't know, Lori Vallow killed her kids, and she just got sentenced to life in prison. And yeah, let's listen to her closing statement at her sentencing.
I would like to start by quoting John from the New Testament in the Bible.
Already.
In John chapter 8, verse 7, Jesus says, "He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her." Then in verse 15, Jesus says, "Ye judge after the flesh, I judge no man. And yet if I judge, my judgment is true." Jesus knows me. And Jesus understands me.
Then why are you crying? If you're going
you're
going into the hands of God, why are you crying that you just got sentenced to life in fucking prison for killing your kids? And first of all, I know I have people in my life who are religious, very religious. I don't understand it. I'll never understand religion, but man, people like this, it's kind of like, I don't want to talk shit, but it's like a little bit of a delusion. You know what I mean? It's a little bit of a delusion. First of all, I have like friends that are like super, super religious, but they're all like, fuck the system, fuck the patriarchy, fuck the conquistadors. It's like, well, that was their religion. You know what I mean? Catholicism was the conquistadors' religion. The Mayans weren't believing in that shit. And now you're like, Jesus Christ, this and that. I don't know. I don't get it. It was forced down your throat. You know what I mean?
all of you who mourn my children and Tammy. Jesus Christ knows the truth of what happened here.
What a psycho.
Jesus Christ knows that no one was murdered in this case. Accidental deaths happen. Suicides happen. Fatal side effects from medications happen. I have a different perspective in life because in 2002, when I was pregnant with Tylee, I died in the hospital while in labor with her. They tried to stop my labor. They put me on the table and they put something in my IV, and I felt my spirit falling to the floor.
You were fucking high.
I was standing near my pregnant body, watching the doctors try to revive me, which took them a few minutes. In that time, my sister Stacy was standing to my left.
Well, you weren't high. You probably had so much adrenaline and shit firing off in your brain while you died. Like, you were in a hallucinogenic state. Like, I don't want to listen to this really, but we don't have to keep going on this, but it's pretty crazy. Like, the first thing she does is invoke Jesus. And that's what she's saying. She died, right? I don't know the story too full, so I don't want to like talk too much about it and just be talking out of my ass. But right, she thought she died in 2011 or whatever. And so her kids were zombies or something. And then she was part of a doomsday cult. Maybe I'll do some research on her and we'll do a little episode. But I just thought this shit was crazy. Invoking Jesus. That was like the first word she said.
I turned to hug her and was surprised that her spirit was as tangible as a physical body. because I knew I was in spirit and she was in spirit. She said she needed to show me some things, and we went.
I can't listen to this psychobabble, but yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And yeah, be religious. Be religious. Go ahead. I don't care. But like, let's keep it. You know, if your religion starts to tell you to kill your babies, let's. Yeah, I forgot I hadn't had the cans on. Haven't had the cans on the whole episode. It's kind of nice hearing my sultry tones. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I did have a note here that I was gonna try doing this episode without cussing, but I guess that's out the window. It's hard not to cuss, man. But I think they're like pushing. If you cuss, I think especially in the first 10 minutes of your podcast, if you cuss, YouTube like throws you into the bottom of the algorithm. You know what I mean? So maybe I'll bleep those out. And yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I think this has been a good episode. This has been positive. I won't even do the rant corner. I feel like the rant corner was already all done. I'm excited about making the new movie. I got guests coming up. Please be patient. And they're going to be dope. And the vlog is coming out. Just give me a couple weeks and I'll have that sucker. I need to get back out there too on the water, the ocean spray in my face while I'm casting out. You know what I mean? Whew. Oh, I miss it. I haven't even charged my GoPro in months because I haven't been fishing. My line hasn't been wet. Wet that line. I need to get out there and get that halibut, that ever elusive halibut that I've never caught. I mean, I've caught halibut, but not illegal 22-incher. With a little butter beurre blanc. A little butter beurre blanc sauce. Woo! Capers. Get real. Be good. Little tomatoes confit. Man, that's my new shit. I love that. You know what my new shit is? I made stuffed mushrooms. I've never even had those before. And I made them. And now I got to like stop myself from making them more often because I'm going to make myself sick of them. I kind of did that with these Texas tornadoes. Or no, that's the band like... Hey, baby, caper so thought I was your only vato. That's the Texas Tornadoes, right? New Riders of the Purple Sage. I can't remember. But, no, they're called like Texas Twinkies. And it's like bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers with like a little shrimp or something. Man, I like made those too many. I made those and I started making them too much because they're keto, you know what I mean? And now I'm kind of like, I still like them, but I'm like, I overdid it, you know what I mean? But anyway, Bazooka's crying. I had to lock her in the back room because there was people out front and she was just barking, ruining the podcast. She's got a little rash. She's feeling a little under the weather. No, she feels perfectly fine, but she's got a rash from something around here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was when it could be, now that I'm thinking about it, it could be some of the chemicals from when I developed my own film, which is pretty crazy. I developed my own film that I shot on my grandpa's camera that's like from the 60s. I looked it up. They stopped making it from in the 60s. And it's called a Yashica 7 or something. And I got a roll of film and I shot a bunch of shit and I did it myself. I got a little kit to develop the film and I did it myself. I lost like 9 of the images because I was in the dark room pulling out the film in complete darkness and I accidentally cut off. I thought it was the end of the roll and I cut off like 9 photos. Probably the best ones too, like when I started finally getting good. But it was pretty cool to like develop film from a camera my grandpa used back in the day. R.I.P. Pepe. Maurice Archambault. But yeah, it was pretty cool. But like when I was doing the last part called the Blix, which is like a bleach and fixer agent chemical, that's why they call it bleach. Like, I don't, that's why I call it Blix. But yeah, I was like rolling the thing and the thing exploded on me. I was like tumbling the thing and the thing just exploded on me and got that Blix everywhere. And it was all on my kitchen floor. Maybe that's what did it. I don't know. She's got a little rash though on her little belly. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do like behind the scenes shit, vlog style of the process of making this film, because I'm gung-ho on that. Like, I got steady income, where before I was like freelance, I would have to supplement with this kind of work, and this, I'm like steady now, so I'm just gonna put all my resources into fucking something creative. And because, I'm getting old, man. I'm fucking old. I need to get to that level, man. And that's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna do like a little vlog series, a little behind the scenes, a little cool shit, like reach out to different artists and maybe get like a poster going, or VFX artist, whatever. It's gonna be cool. And I will tell you, the genre is gonna be sci-fi horror. My milieu. I think I used that right now. But yeah, sci-fi horror. That's what you're gonna expect. It's gonna be like 10 to 15 minutes. And it's going to be shot beautifully. That's my main goal. I'm going to fucking take my time on this. I'm going to learn things. I'm going to read. I'm going to watch every Roger Deakins movie ever made, which are all great. And like the new Christopher Nolan movie, see how he moves his cameras and stuff. David Fincher, all these great directors. I'm starting to take notes while I'm watching movies now. Robert Eggers, come on, I love that guy. God. He's so good. But yeah, and I want it to be cool and interesting and captivating, not cheesy. I hate cheesy. But yeah, love you guys. Smooches to you and your families and your pets and everybody else you love. Goodbye.
Established in 399 BC, this is the Catacomb Cult.